Good morning, my friends. Do you ever wake up and feel that your brain is still in Portuguese, Spanish, or your native language? And then you wonder, how can I bring English into my real life? Today I'll show you how I use just 10 minutes a day to practice English in my morning routine. Simple, natural, real life. Are you ready? When I open my eyes. By the way, if you enjoy this kind of story and want to support the channel, just hype this video. It helps YouTube show it to more people and keeps this project growing. And there's also the super thanks button. It's like a little way of saying thank you, sending a suggestion, or even asking for a topic. But, of course, only do it if you really feel this work deserves it. For me, it's already such an honor to have you here watching. Honestly, if you just leave a like and a comment, that already helps me so much. I try to say one simple sentence in English, even if I'm still sleepy. For example, I am awake. Can you repeat with me? I am awake. Again, I am awake. See? It's simple, but it sets the tone for the day. Sometimes I feel lazy, tired, and maybe you too, right? But instead of saying, oh, I'm tired, I switch to English. I feel tired. Or I feel sleepy. Small words. Real emotions. And there's one phrase I love to say in the morning, looking at the mirror. I feel good today. Because words create feelings, confidence, motivation. Do you feel it? I want to confess something. I used to be afraid of speaking English, even when I was alone. Maybe you know this fear too. That feeling of sounding wrong, of making mistakes. But let me tell you a secret. When you are alone in your room, there's no mistake, only practice. And that changes everything. So every morning, I talk to myself in English. Just one or two phrases. Nothing big, nothing difficult, but day by day, it builds confidence. Real confidence. The kind of confidence you need when you finally speak to another person. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me, okay? Good morning. I am awake. I feel tired. I feel good today. Don't worry if your pronunciation is not perfect. Even mine is not perfect every day, but each time you say it, you unlock a little more. You break the block. Confidence grows. Morning is not just about coffee or rushing to work. It's about planting small seeds of English in your real life. One phrase today, another phrase tomorrow, and soon you'll see how natural it becomes. Do you also want to feel fluent, natural, without fear? It starts here. In moments like this, I walk to the kitchen, still a little sleepy, but this is the perfect moment to bring English into my routine. Breakfast is simple, but it's full of opportunities to practice. Every object, every action, every choice can turn into a short English phrase. I open the fridge and say to myself, I want milk. Then I take some bread and think, I like bread. It sounds almost too easy, right? But that's the secret. English becomes natural when you connect it to what you are really doing. Sometimes I prepare eggs and I say, I want eggs today. Or if I'm not hungry, I don't want eggs today. These are real decisions, small choices. But now they live in English. And the more I say them, the more automatic they become. I laugh sometimes because I even talk to my coffee. When I pour it, I say, I need coffee. I really need coffee. And maybe you too. Coffee is like a best friend in the morning. Why not make that best friend speak English with you while preparing my breakfast? I imagine little dialogues. For example, if someone was here with me, I could ask, do you want some coffee? Or I could offer, would you like bread? Small sentences, but powerful. Because these are exactly the words you'll use with friends, colleagues, or even strangers when you travel. Let me give you a simple practice right now. Repeat with me. I want coffee. Do you want coffee? I like bread. I don't like tea. Easy, right? But with these phrases, you can already survive in many real situations. At a cafe, in a hotel, at a friend's house. I remember once when I traveled and at breakfast in the hotel, I wanted juice. I was nervous, but I practiced this phrase at home. Can I have orange juice, please? And it worked. The waiter understood me perfectly. I didn't feel stuck. I felt free. That's the feeling I want you to have. Sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I forget words. Once I wanted to say butter and I couldn't remember. So I just pointed and said, I want this, please. And it was fine. The important thing is not to be perfect. The important thing is to keep the conversation alive. While eating, I practice even more. This is good. The bread is fresh. The coffee is hot. Simple observations, but now they are part of my English life. And when you practice like this, every breakfast becomes a little English class without books, without pressure, just you and your real life. And let me tell you something. The more natural you make these phrases, the more confident you will feel when you are with other people because you already practiced, you already said it, you already lived it. And that's how confidence grows bit by bit, cup by cup, breakfast by breakfast. So next time you make your coffee, don't just drink it, speak it. I want coffee. The coffee is hot. I like coffee. And you'll see how these tiny words will become your big steps into real English. After breakfast, I get ready to leave the house. Shoes, bag, headphones, and of course, my little English practice continues on the way. Transportation is the perfect place for short sentences because everything happens fast. When I wait for the bus, I say to myself, I am waiting. Then I look around. If the bus is late, I whisper, the bus is late. If it arrives, I smile. The bus is here. These are not complicated sentences, but they are real. They connect directly to my life. Sometimes I take the subway. It's crowded. People rushing, announcements in the background. And I use that moment to practice too many people. I am tired. I am going to work. Every trip becomes a chance to unlock English. And you know what usually happens? On the way, someone talks to me. Maybe a neighbor says good morning. Or a stranger asks, is this bus going downtown? In that moment, I breathe and think, okay, Sarah, this is it. And I answer with something simple. Yes, it is. Or no, sorry, short, but enough. I remember one day a tourist asked me in English, where is the station? My heart started racing, but I smiled and answered, go straight, then turn left. Was it perfect? Probably not, but the person understood me. And that gave me a wave of confidence that lasted all day. This is what I want you to feel too, that English is not only for classrooms, but for sidewalks, buses, train stations, real English for real life. Let's practice a few together. Repeat after me. Where's the bus? The bus is late. I am going to work. Turn right. Go straight. Good. These phrases are your tools. Simple, clear, and useful anywhere in the world. Sometimes, while I'm walking, I also practice inside my head. I look at things and describe them in English. The sky is blue. The sun is hot. The street is noisy. It feels almost like a game, but it's training my brain to think in English naturally. Of course, there are moments when I feel shy. I hear people speaking fast, and I don't understand everything. Maybe you feel this too, right? That anxiety when English sounds too quick. But here's the truth. You don't need to understand every single word. You only need to catch the main idea. And if you can say something simple back, that's already a victory. One time, a driver asked me a long question, and I didn't catch it. I felt frozen for a second. Then I remembered my safety phrase, "Sorry, I don't understand." And you know what? It was okay. The world didn't end. The driver smiled, repeated slowly, and we communicated. That's real life. That's learning. So my advice is, every time you walk, drive, or take a bus, bring English with you. Talk to yourself. Describe what you see. Imagine conversations. And if someone actually speaks to you in English, don't run away. Use your small, simple phrases. They are enough. Step by step, ride by ride. You'll notice that English is not only in books, it's in your street, in your voice, in your daily path, and that makes the journey so much lighter. In the afternoon, I go to the supermarket, and for me, this is one of the best classrooms in the world because every product, every shelf, every small choice becomes English in real life. I grab a basket and say, "I need bread." Then I see apples and I practice. I want apples. If I choose bananas, I say, "Bananas are cheap." If they look too expensive, I change. Bananas are expensive. Real shopping, real English. I walk through the aisles and imagine I am asking for help. "Excuse me, where is the sugar?" Or, "Can I have rice, please?" These sentences are short, but in the supermarket, they are gold. And the truth is, I use them in real life many times, and they always worked. Once, I couldn't find pasta. My English was shaking. My heart was racing, but I tried. "Excuse me, where is the pasta?" The worker smiled, pointed, and said, "Aisle 3. I felt so proud. Not because it was perfect, but because I survived. I communicated. That feeling is better than any grammar book. While comparing prices, I practice more. This is cheap. This is expensive. This one is better. Simple words, but powerful tools. And when you repeat them, they stay forever. I also play a little game with myself. I imagine I am with a friend and I ask, "Do you like apples?" Then I answer for them, "Yes, I like apples." Or maybe, "No, I don't like apples." It feels silly, but it prepares me for real conversation. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. Where is the sugar? Can I have rice? This is cheap. This is expensive. I want apples. Good. With just these phrases, you can already shop in English anywhere in the world. One time, I was in another country and wanted chicken. I forgot the word for thighs, so I just said, I want chicken, please. And guess what? It worked. The important thing is not perfection. The important thing is connection. And that's the secret of the supermarket. Every shelf is a lesson. Every product is a word. Every question is a practice. When you turn normal moments into English moments, the language becomes part of you. Natural, simple. So next time you go shopping, don't just walk around. Talk to the fruits. Talk to the shelves. Talk to yourself. Because every minute you spend there can be 10 minutes of real English practice. And that's how you build confidence. One apple, one basket, one phrase at a time. At the end of the day, I sit down and think about everything I practiced. From the moment I woke up to breakfast, to the bus, to the supermarket. And you know what? It was never about big lessons or long hours. It was about small, simple phrases connected to real life. I used to believe that fluency was this big mountain, impossible to climb. Maybe you feel the same sometimes, right? You look at others and think, I will never sound like that. But little by little, I discovered something important. Fluency is not one big step. It's thousands of tiny steps. And every time you say a phrase like, I am awake, or I want coffee, or where is the sugar, you are already climbing. And yes, sometimes I feel insecure. Sometimes I forget words, or my pronunciation sounds strange, but I learn to accept it. Mistakes are not the end. Mistakes are proof that I'm practicing, and every mistake is a seed of confidence for tomorrow. I want you to remember this. You don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound real, natural, human. People will understand you because of your intention, your courage, your smile. English is not about being a robot. English is about connection. So if you feel fear, don't fight it. Speak with fear. If you feel stuck, don't give up. Say one small phrase. If you feel tired, remember, 10 minutes are enough to keep moving. One day, you will look back and realize how much you've grown. Let's repeat one last time. Together, I am awake. I feel good today. I want coffee. The bus is late. Where's the sugar? Do you see it? You already know how to live in English. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not with every word, but with confidence. And confidence is everything. Learning a language is like planting a seed. You don't see it grow every day, but one day it blooms. Don't stop watering it. Every small phrase is water. Every small step is light. And one day, you will realize you are already living in English. If this video makes sense for you, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Every little hype helps. And now, tell me, what's one sentence in English you would love to say without fear?